From the Soking Newsroom, here's your weekly local news recap. I'm Stephen Vierre. The Port of Seattle is asking the Burien City Council to vacate all of the streets in part of the northeast redevelopment area that the port plans to develop. The property in question is bordered by South 138th Street to the north, 8th Avenue South to the west, and Des Moines Memorial Drive South to the east and the south. The area was zoned residential when it was purchased 20 years ago for SeaTac Airport's third runway noise containment program. Port spokesman Perry Cooper said that the streets were not bought at the time. The plan, jointly created by the city and the port, is to vacate the present 3 subdivisions to create a parcel of sufficient size to accommodate future commercial and airport-related uses. Cooper says this completes that property so the entire area can be developed. This brings everything together. The Burien Council will hold a public hearing on Monday, August 22nd at 7 p.m. in the Council's chambers. In addition, a formal action item on this matter will be on the Port of Seattle Commission's agenda for September 13. Details at btownblog.com. In its July 18th regular session, the Burien City Council approved an extended animal control contract with CARES, the Community Animal Resource and Education Society. Council members voted 5-2 to approve an extension of the existing CARES contract from its expiration date of August 31st to December 31st of 2017. Mayor Lucy Krakowiak and Deputy Mayor Bob Edgar both voted against the contract extension. In other council news, the Republican district chairman from the 34th District, Chuck Rangel, told the council that he had come to discuss a so-called cancer of hate that became evident during Burien's 4th of July parade. Rangel said that a Donald Trump for President political support group was in a truck with Trump's name prominently displayed on it. Rangel said that as the truck reached Elmer's Bar along the parade route, it was pelted by water balloons, water guns, water bottles, and more. An 80-year-old woman on the truck was struck in the face by a water balloon. Rangel said that he went to the bar later to talk about the event and was met with anger and derision against the Republican presidential nominee. He added that he thinks the council should debate which actions are acceptable in public and which are not. Rangel went on to say that this cancer of hate is a sickness that is spreading around our country and that it is evident now in Burien as well. He said that what happened on the 4th of July was a disgrace not only to the city, but especially to some of the residents that partook in that activity. More at btownblog.com. Highline Public Schools announced on July 21st that a community-led plan for a school construction bond will be placed before voters on November 8th. The proposed bond would fund repair or replacement of deteriorating schools, ease overcrowding, and make safety improvements at all Highline schools. The proposed $299 million bond measure contains all the projects recommended in Phase 1 of the plan, developed by the 39-member Community-Led Capital Facilities Advisory Committee. The district listed 3 reasons for submitting the bond to voters on November 8th. Higher than average voter turnout is expected due to the presidential election, so more community members are expected to participate. Sharing the ballot with other measures reduces the costs the district must pay the county for the election, and with construction costs steadily rising, the sooner construction begins, the less expensive it will be. School Board President Michael Spear said, "We have deteriorating buildings that must be replaced or repaired in order to provide safe, modern facilities for students that meet today's learning standards. We also need to build new schools to make room for a growing student population, and voter-approved bonds are our only method to do that." Details at btownblog.com.
We had some lightning reported early Friday morning with some strong showers that moved through the region in the morning, but we will see a rapid improvement of the weather as we get into the rest of the weekend. Temperatures in the mid to upper 70s, and then next week looks really good. Clear skies, temperatures skyrocketing into the 80s, and we may even get to 90 by the end of the week, but we'll see about that. Thank you for listening. I'm Chris Gregg, your Puget Sound Weather Geek.
Studies show that kids who play an instrument develop stronger communication abilities, have greater brain development, and have a very high graduation rate. But right now, some kids in the Highline School District won't have that opportunity because they simply don't have an instrument. You can help by drinking beer and listening to the blues. The Rotary Club of Des Moines and Normandy Park, Washington proudly presents the 7th annual Poverty Bay Blues and Brews Festival, Saturday, August 27th. This epic blues extravaganza is the prime fundraiser for our Music for Life program, expanding music to youth in our local schools. Enjoy a day filled with local blues together with a variety of fine brews from area breweries. The festival will be located on the shores of Puget Sound at the Des Moines Beach Park. Advance tickets are just $30 and available at drinktomusic.com. Enjoy enjoy some blues, drink some brews, and keep music in our schoos. That's schools. The 7th annual Poverty Bay Blues and Brews Fest, Des Moines, Washington, Saturday, August 27th. drinktomusic.com.
Time now for The Mayne Problem. Commentary from senior writer Jack Mayne.
Public safety is a vital concern to the people of Normandy Park. Fire protection is a vital concern for residents of both Normandy Park and Burien. These are the two most important issues on the South King County primary election ballot. Fire Protection District 2 is the only fire and rescue agency for both Burien and Normandy Park. Voters last year rejected a measure that forced the loss of the aid car and firefighters. That means there will be fewer people covering any potential fire at your home. The cost of this issue will be $1.50 for each $1,000 of assessed valuation, the same as it was before the levy failure last fall. We think that is a very small cost for a very important protection. Vote yes on Proposition 1 for King County Fire District 2, your Burien and Normandy Park firefighters. Next is the levy lid election in Normandy Park. Because of miscommunications and misunderstandings, voters rejected a levy lid election last year. If it had not been for near heroic steps by local citizens, there would have been cuts in the much-prized Normandy Park Police Department. Now it depends on Normandy Park voters to overcome doubts. We recommend approval of the 27 cents per $1,000 of assessed valuation on your property tax bill, or about $11.25 per month for most homeowners. Finally, there's the 7th District Congressional seat of retiring long-term Representative Jim McDermott. Burien's first mayor, Arun Javari, is a candidate. Also in the race to represent White Center and most of Burien is County Council member Joe McDermott, no relation to the retiring congressman. In addition, 2 Seattle members of the Washington legislature are also considered strong contenders. Remember, if you haven't already, mail in your primary election ballot before the August 2nd election day.
In the final take, we've learned from the B-Town blog about 2 Burien residents that had mail packages stolen from outside their homes on the afternoon of July 19th in Burien's Hurstwood neighborhood. According to the victims, there have been at least 1 or 2 other residents that have also lost packages to this thief. The suspect has been seen with a female accomplice with a large striped bag, apparently a matching and useful clothing accessory, who has been observed rifling through nearby mailboxes as the man works. The B-Town blog has a video of a male suspect at one residence caught in the act of stealing a freshly delivered package. It can be clearly seen in the video that as the portly middle-aged thief bounds up the stairs at the front of the house to seize his prize, he appears to have a major problem keeping his pants up. Yes, surveillance cameras reveal that his pants have clearly fallen below cheek level as he makes his escape. Ladies and gentlemen, had he not been wearing underwear, this video might have become X-rated. It is the disgraceful actions of this thief that brings us to our point of today, specifically the failure of those who perpetuate petty crimes in our society to observe a proper dress code. People, if you're going to do the crime and don't mind doing the time by getting yourself caught in the act on color surveillance video, at least dress for the camera. Don't be a fashion violator. How often must we watch surveillance videos of scruffy, slouching criminals in baggy, ill-fitting outfits in colors and patterns that clash so badly that simply wearing one of these outfits should be considered a crime? And now to our thief. If you want to be thought of as a serious criminal, at least wear a decent belt with your pants, preferably one that is properly adjusted so that your trousers don't fall down as you walk. Really, have you never ever heard the term suspenders? I mean, when you are finally caught and go to prison for your crimes, what if the other prisoners find out that you frequently trip over your falling pants as you walk? What kind of message does that send to your peers in crime, much less to your cellmate who is stuck with you for the next 20 years? And get some fashion sense. Coordinate your colors and patterns so that you look your best in a police lineup. A little grooming wouldn't hurt either. And shoes, don't forget the right shoes. Remember, darker complementary colors for day wear and lighter colors for evening wear so that you stand out and look your best on camera, both day and night. Our criminal justice system would be a much better place if only the perpetrators that pass through it would exhibit better fashion sense. This has been a public service announcement. Or not. Stephen Vieira, Soaking, Internet Radio News.
So King News was created based on a generous grant from JLab's Encore Media Entrepreneurs Program, supported with funding from the Ethics and Excellence in Journalism Foundation and the Nicholas B. Ottaway Foundation.